Hi, it's Tim Stokes here again to talk to you about team building, which is video 2 of our 7 Steps to Profit Certainty series. This is the least developed strategy I see in clients' businesses, but it's absolutely the most essential one to take a business from $500,000 or $2 million in sales to $5 million or even $50 million plus in sales. No great success in any field of endeavor in this world was ever achieved without a support team. The difference between running a business struggling for cash and that of owning a business that operates profitably without you being there a week or even months is what team building is all about. Your number one role as a business owner is important to know. It's not to be a super technician, but to develop better people skills and become a great leader and a great teacher. And then teach your teachers, i.e. your supervisors or managers, to teach and lead their team with humility. Happy people are more productive people. Do you agree? If so, what's your happiness strategy that you use in your business? I believe it's an absolute fact that happy people are more productive. That's why we start the 7-step series with building your vision. When you get clear of what it is that you're trying to achieve in your personal life and your business as a vehicle to get you there, you start to get happier. And as you get happier, you start to see easier and better ways of doing things. You become more motivated. And it's exactly the same in your business. We want to motivate your staff to become more productive by making them happier. Personality profiling will bring a positive buzz into your business. Since 17 years ago when I got exposed to what I believe is the simplest and best, I've been using it to train business owners on and also for them to profile all of their employees. And I experience and hear all about these positive buzz that happen as a result. Plus, it greatly improves your people skills when you go into it. So which personality profiling tool do you use out of the hundreds that are out in the marketplace? Well, let me introduce you to the one that's made the biggest and fastest and most dramatic differences to my clients' businesses for 17 years plus. The best profit strategy in business is this. It's called DISC profiles. So people tend to be more outgoing or more reserved. And if they're more outgoing, they're what we call the dominant or influence profile. That's the first 2 letters of DISC profiles. Now, the dominant and influence people, they're very good at starting things. They're like this runner. They're very good at running and taking off and accelerating, and then they can even change direction. And that's like them when they run a business. They're great at leading. They're great at initiating. They're great at getting started, but they can change directions very quick. Sometimes that's a strength, sometimes that's a weakness. But because they're so great at starting and they like the challenge of starting, often that means they're not so good at finishing, attention to details, scheduling, planning, organizing, which is what the other 50% of people are very good at, that are the reserve profiles. And the reserve profiles are a bit like ocean liners. They're slow, they're methodical, they're consistent, and they stay the course over time. Unlike the D's and I's, they don't change directions very, very quickly. They're not into spontaneity. They're more into planning, scheduling, and routines. And that's the compliant steady profiles. Also, the dominant and compliant are what we call task orientated, more independent, able to work on their own and prefer to work on their own and make those independent decisions. INS profiles are more people orientated, which means they like to work with people, socialize, chat, and talk about their work as they're doing it. They're the very chatty people in this world. Now, we're a combination of all 4. It's not just you're a D and you have no I, S, and C in your nature. We're a combination of all 4 in various different amounts. Now, we may be a combination sometimes a D and an I or a C and an S or something like that. But straight away, you have a focus of what you're great at, and often that means what's not in focus means that's what you're not so good at. And that's what holds you back the most in business, irrespective of the industry or the size of your business. That's what happens. What we're good at is what we focus on, that's what we do. What we don't like to do is what's not in focus, and that's what holds our business back the most. So the D profiles are great at sales, getting work out, but can have staff retention issues, quality control, rework, and efficiency challenges. The I profiles are great in sales with the gift of the gab, however they can be too nice or forget the details of what they said, letting staff or customers down. The S profiles are very caring and supportive, however their niceness means they can put up with unproductive staff and not put pressure on their team to perform or customers to pay on time. thereby struggling with cash in the business and often low net profit margins. The C profiles work to very high standards but can be too prone to perfectionism, and staff find it hard to reach their high quality standards. Strong on planning and cautious about decisions, which can make them too skeptical of people who can help them in their business. Applying this to your business. Every person has strengths, what we know, and weaknesses, i.e. our blind spots. Blind spots hold your business back the most, irrespective of your industry. People with the same DISC profiles have the same positive and negative aspects in their businesses, irrespective of what industry they're operating in. How to benefit from DISC profiles. Conduct a DISC profile assessment for your team. Now, our 7-month Business Academy or Academy of Business Mastery has the assessment and everything you need to know about DISC related to your business, all built into our course. You get the profiling assessment tool, and you get a lot of written information that you can use for years and years, all about DISC profiles. So you're actually learning it, not just getting a profile written about yourself. Hold a team meeting then and discuss the results. You can either get it from our training or buy it online somewhere. Let me give you an example of this. This mechanical repairer's profits jumped by 50% in 1 week. By DISC profiling my team and talking about it in a team meeting, my team's productive hours went up 50% the next week. Jeff Van Door from Upton Motors. That's what he said to me after, as part of our 7-month course. I said, here, use this profiling tool. Profile yourself and all of your team, get together, have a chat about it and see what happens. So that's an example of what difference it can make. So what's next is step 3, the magic of measuring. Stay tuned for that or look us up on YouTube.